Peace, everyone. It is good to be here to spend some time with you making a video. This video is to thank you all for your presence here at Mystique Writings. It has been an incredible experience for me. Some of you know my story, how I just created this website as a place to put some reminders for myself as I was growing on my journey. I have learned that I am a spiritual being having a physical experience, and I have got to share those experiences with you as I have gone along. Your presence means a lot to me. It feels wonderful to know that someone is out there having similar experiences as me that can relate to the learning that I'm experiencing and to provide some kind of support system for those who aren't sure what is happening on their journey, just to know that someone else went through something similar and they could take advice from my experience, or they could just recognize that someone had a similar experience and achieved the goal that was meant to be achieved, which is always that we learn something anew and become a greater form of ourself, a better form of ourself. I love the scripture that speaks about the renewing of our mind. I am one that believes deeply in that scripture, and I am here to renew my mind, and it is very, very nice to know that others are with me on that journey as I do. So thank you all. Thank you so much. I always celebrate when another subscriber joins the website. I send you tons of positivity and love, divine light, love from me to you. I ask the Creator to reveal to you what you need to know as you grow on your own personal path. So this year, I will be sharing with you some things that I've encountered over the year. My illness, cancer treatments were immediately followed by the epidemic. And so I've been through an incredible amount of change within the last year. Those of you who are with me, you remember that my cat passed away. After my cat passed away, I found out that I had advanced cancer, and so I needed some time off just to find out exactly what I was dealing with. It was a lonely time. I was very disappointed because, as you guys all know, I don't see myself as a candidate for cancer, having lived a pretty healthy lifestyle. But I will share with you what I found out even about that there are things that affect us that could create a environment for cancer in our bodies, unbeknownst to us. So here I was doing some things, but there were other things that were not being addressed that I would like to share. There was some testing that I came across that helped me make decisions about my treatments. I found out that I needed to be a bit more balanced. I did meet a lot of people who came to me with holistic procedures, mental things that I could do, books to read, and so on. And it was all wonderful. It was wonderful that Creator allowed these people to be a part of this, and a lot of the information I received was very, very helpful. However, one thing that really I really began to notice was that, yes, I did share some of the teachings that I learned when I was young, things that I learned from a biblical perspective. And you'll see in some of my articles, I have scriptures and such, because even though I was reading all this spiritual information that was new to me, that was always my foundation, was still apparent in loving God, loving Jesus, loving my Bible and the scriptures. And so I would share that at times. But during this time in my life when I was alone, in about to considering surgery and going to radiation, that presence really amplified in my life. Many of the information that I was being given was wonderful. However, I needed that divine love. That is what I needed at the time. And that became so much clear to me. There's a scripture that says, though I speak with the tongues of angels and have not charity, and so on and so on. And I really could clearly understand that, even though I was receiving all this information from doctors, from friends, from people who felt like they could get me healed. What I really needed was just an outpouring, an outflow of love. And that came straight from divine itself, from God himself, from Jesus's presence. That is what I felt, that I was being held in the arms of the divine and cradled like a little baby and being told, you're going to be okay. I am here with you. You are fine. After my experience with that, I came across a video where a young man shared becoming very ill and having a death experience and experiencing both presences. One presence was the total absence of divine love, and what I heard was so cold and so empty and so lonesome that I knew after my experience that I could never sit here in my physical experience or in my afterlife experience without the presence of divine creator. I cannot do that. If Jesus is the one who gives that, that's where I want to be. I want to be with Jesus. So as I write on Mystique writings, you will see that very apparent in everything that I am writing. I will definitely step up on how much I express my appreciation for that divine presence in my life. I have also separated my Mystique poetry. It's not totally separated yet from Mystique writings, but at one time I did tell everyone that I was going to create a separate site for my poetry lovers. So you could just go straight to Mystique Poetry and listen to poetry there. So that site is up. It is published now. And if you would rather go to Mystique Poetry just to enjoy poetry, that option is there for you as well. So in this upcoming year, you will notice that Mystique Writings is up and going. You will notice that I will be talking about divine presence in my life more frequently. You will notice that I will share what I learned on my experience with cancer. You will learn, I will share with you what I learned about toxins and toxic environments, both physically and mentally. There is some information that I've been exposed to that I think that would help other people so they don't become as sick as I did. So I plan to share that information with you, and I look forward to you being there, and I look forward to sharing it. So, once again, thank you, thank you, thank you for being with me for all these years. For those of you who just joined the site, I just appreciate your presence here as well. I will continue to share. Please feel free to check out Mystique Poetry and Mystique Writings YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. Divine love, peace, and strength to all of you. As I always say, peace, health, and wealth to you all.